Hello, it's your old pal SparkleDart here to tell you about your self-worth. Now, let me tell you what. You might not think you're worth very much as a person, but let me tell you, you are worth more than you know, Buster. Burps every episode. You have an untapped potential in you, kid. Let me tell you that right now. I felt the same way you did way back when I was a little baby boy. I didn't know what to do with my life or who to talk to about these things that were making me sad. So I just kind of internalized all of it, and then I realized one day that I had to make a change for myself. I had to take a stand, make a change, and fade away, or something like that. I don't think that might have been exactly what I was going for, but that's what I was going to say. So anyways, thank you. Self-worth comes from within. You can't rely on what other people think about you, who tell you whether or not you are a valuable, important contributor to society. If you feel like you are, then you are, and that's really all there is to it. If you feel like you're worth something, then baby, let me tell you, you are worth more than you know. So, if you're like me, and there's a lot of things that you want to do before you die, like creative things, or maybe you want to make a movie or something, submit it to the Sundance Film Festival, all you have to do is do it. Now, you might say to yourself, SparkleDart, that's easy for you to say. You know everything because you're the smartest boy I know. And let me tell you right now, I appreciate the flattery, but you have to stop giving me so much credit, you know? By the way, I understand that I sound egotistical. That's the joke. So if that irony is lost on you, then you are probably watching the wrong show. Anyways, I'm gonna continue on with what I was saying. You have to grab life by the haunches and then hump it into submission. That was a quote from, I believe, Talladega Nights. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm right. Who knows? It doesn't matter because the message is clear. You just have to be who you want to be. And I want to be SparkleDart, and you can't be SparkleDart because I'm already SparkleDart. If you want to be somebody else, like say you want to be Paul McCartney or Ringo Starr or John Lennon or George Harrison, you can't be any of those people because those people are all humans that already exist and they do their own thing. Well, 3 of them still exist, I guess. Well, I'm dead, that's fine. Oh god, really? Okay. You can't be those people because they already exist. Don't try to be the next Yoko Ono. Try to be the next whatever the hell your name is. Terry Bradshaw. I don't know. Is that something? Probably. So thank you for looking that up on Wikipedia and finding out exactly who that is. Because I'm sure it'll be a dead giveaway as to where I live. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Tickle, tickle, snort, snort. So anyways, going ahead, Murphy's Law dictates that anything bad that can happen will happen, and I think that might have a lot to do with entropy, if you're familiar with that concept of entropy. Basically, what that means is that everything in the universe tries to arrange itself in a way that is disorganized and unorderly and very homogeneous, for lack of a better term. Everything's all very similar, it's all the same, all throughout, and the structure is not something that exists naturally in the universe up until you get to the cosmological scales and looking at like galaxies and stuff like that. They're like, okay, well these galaxies are very big and they're very well structured, and I can see why you'd think that. I'm gonna actually get back to where I was, and then I'm probably gonna be quiet for a minute. I know I don't usually be quiet because silence haunts me. It's terrifying, and I don't like being terrified. I'm like a poodle, or like a rabbit. Rabbits don't like being terrified. If you've ever gone outside and found a rabbit's nest, and there's like 3 little baby rabbits in there just kind of hanging out, chilling, there's no mom around, so you're like, well, these babies are just kind of chill, and they look like they're very docile, so I'm going to take all 3 of them inside of my house and give them cat food, even though they're rabbits, and they don't eat that same sort of thing, even though I have lettuce in my, like, iceberg Caesar salad lettuce mix in my frost box, my defroster, whatever that box is called. I won't give that to them because I didn't think about it. I just assumed that they were animals, so all animals must eat the same food, am I right? Like wolves, they eat dog food. That's fine for them because it keeps their coats healthy and fuzzy and full of fur, because dogs are fuzzy animals and they like to be pet. Even big dogs like wolves and dingoes, which aren't that big of dogs, but they're still sort of mean. Probably meaner than wolves, because wolves like to avoid humans. I think dingoes like to sneak into your yard and play pranks on you, like tip over your trash can, and do things like that, like leave rude post-it notes on your car windshield when you're going to work in the morning. So it's like, who wrote this? And you'd never know that it wasn't another human being because it was a dingo that wrote it, and you thought, well, these dingoes, they're wild animals, and how can they possibly write messages like this with their paws? They don't even have thumbs. It's ridiculous to assume that something like that could happen in real life, but you know what, it might. So don't rule out the possibility. If you rule out the possibility, you just make yourself look like a fool. Alright. Okay, there we go. That was a lot easier than I was expecting it to be. So anyways, these dingoes are coming after you, leaving rude notes on your car probably. If you live in Australia, it might be dingoes. If you don't live in Australia, there's a very good chance that it's not dingoes, because they don't live really anywhere besides Australia. Now, fun fact about Australia, it's a very desolate continent. I guess I was going to call it a country, and that would have been accurate too, but I just decided to call it a continent, I guess, because when I think of the 7 continents, I always include Australia in the mix, even if it's not like as big as some of the other continents. I think Europe might not be very big, but I have reason to believe that that Australia is actually smaller than Europe, because Europe houses several countries, whereas Australia is just one country, and then like Oceania is out to the side, and New Zealand might be part of the Australian continent. I'm not sure, because we've decided to take it upon ourselves to categorize every landmass into continents, and the ones that don't belong to any one particular continent are still given groups anyways. Like I know Great Britain owns a lot of islands off, or maybe Canada. I guess that's similar to Great Britain. They're basically the same country. It's hard to say. It's hard to differentiate those two because it's very similar over there. They got very similar climates and stuff. So anyways, I know Great Britain's got outlying islands near the U.S., Guam, Trinidad and Tobago, and it's like, well, how do I even know to differentiate whether or not these are part of like the North American continent, or they're part of the South American continent, or maybe they're part of Europe altogether, because that's what Great Britain is, and that's the country that owns these outlying islands. Like, if you've ever looked up a map, you'll see like Bikini Atoll and all of that stuff, and that's the only one I remember. But there's a bunch of like outlying Pacific islands near Hawaii that are all very close to Hawaii, but they're closer to like Japan, if I believe correctly. Yeah, that's the right thing to say. And it's like, well, what continent do these belong to? I guess they belong to North America, because the United States of America owns them, so that would be the logical progression then. Now, if you don't think things like logical progressions exist, because for whatever reason you think everything is chaotic and unorganized, you are right in some degrees, but not in all degrees, because like I was saying earlier, entropy is the default state of the universe, and then things will merge themselves into organizations and patterns through fundamental forces like gravity. Gravity is what binds galaxies together. If you didn't know that, that's the reason galaxies exist at all. It's just because a bunch of mass got condensed into one location, and then the galaxies were like, well, we're gonna start to glow and produce all sorts of gases, and then it'll look really cool from a long distance away, and people will take pictures of it and look at us and take pictures of us with the telescopes, with the Nikon video cameras, the Kodaks, and all that kind of stuff, and give them a really good picture to show that to their friends on Facebook, and their friends on Facebook will be like, huh, that's pretty neat. I didn't know that the sky looked like that at night. And you'd be like, it doesn't. I just set my exposure time to like 5 minutes, and then I pointed it at the Andromeda Galaxy, which is the nearest galaxy to the Milky Way galaxy that we currently live in. Maybe that'll change in the future, it's hard to say, but maybe that's just the way it has to be. So anyways, yeah, Murphy's Law, going back on that, it says that entropy, chaos, is the default state of the universe, and I think that that might be true, because, you know, it's much easier to destroy than it is to create. There's 100 ways to destroy something, but there's only one way to create it, and you might think that that sounds ridiculous, and that doesn't sound true, but there's only one way to build, like, for example, the Empire State Building, and that is exactly the way that it was built. Because if you built it in any other way, it wouldn't have been the Empire State Building, would it? It would have been a different building with a different name, and located in a different major city in the United States. And Whether or not that's true is up for debate. If you want to fight me, I will fight you, because that's just what I believe. And you might think that I sound like a crazy person, but honestly, who's the crazy one here? You know, I'm the one who is willing to go into depth on these topics. You're the one who's been quiet this whole time, acting like I wouldn't notice that you weren't even in the room. But I'm like, you're totally there, you're judging me for saying these crazy things, and then you don't even back up your own claims. You think that I'm wrong just because you want to believe that I'm wrong, and I think that that's a little too insensitive on your part. I don't like people thinking I'm wrong if they don't even know whether or not they themselves are right. And oh my god, what the hell is this guy doing? Yeah, so chaos is, you know, it's the way things are. If you don't like it, you can get out of my galaxy. It's my galaxy, it's the best galaxy on Earth. It's the best galaxy in America. So just get the hell out of my galaxy. That's all I gotta say, aliens. Anyways, if you're a resourceful person, you know all about keeping track, being organized, just being a, you know, all-around, well-rounded, generally well-to-do young boy, like I like to pretend that I am, but you know better because you are always here judging me and critiquing me and telling me that I'm a rude person who doesn't deserve to see the light of day. And I think that's a bit much. You know, I think that that's a little too far in the wrong direction. I'm trying to make a good impression on you, and you're just judging me for no reason other than that you're mad about something that happened today at work, or you had to go to work and you didn't want to, or the new Fallout 4 came out and you're like, I want to play this, but I have to go to my grandpa's funeral. Why did my grandpa have to die? Now I have to go to the stupid funeral. And your parents will think that you're very rude. They'll think you're a rude young boy for saying things like that. And you know what? They're right. You have to respect your elders. And if you don't respect your elders, then what do you even hope to accomplish in this world? Your elders are the people who have lived in this world way longer than you have and way longer than you probably ever will, because of war and nuclear war and nuclear radiation fallout. It's going to come get you. Fukushima, it's going to come get you. It'll be like, what the Fukushima just happened, and it'll be funny. It'll be like a joke, like a comedy bit, because it's like Fukushima is the name of a like a radioactive power plant in Japan that's leaking radiation into the ocean, the Pacific Ocean, and poisoning all of our fish that already have mercury poisoning. So it's like, well, what the heck do we do now? We just have to like live with this. And it's like, I don't want to live with this. This is too much. I don't want to get radiation poisoning, because it won't turn out to be like I turned into the Hulk or something, or Spider-Man, or however that happened, because it was like, it's always some sort of radioactive creature who shouldn't be radioactive and then comes and bites you or stings you, or you get shot with an ion beam or something like that, and then you turn into the Hulk whenever you're pissed off, or whenever you drop your spaghetti on the sidewalk, and it's like, well, what do I do now? I have no more spaghetti, so I guess I'll just have to be mad about this for the next 500 days, because that's how many days there are in summer. So anyways, thank you for watching. I've been SparkleDart. Goodbye and